God says this is your last chance to listen, and I speak these words with a heavy heart, hoping they will reach the deepest places of your soul. My dear child, you have wandered many roads and have seen both the bright light of hope and the dark corners of doubt. Yet through it all, you have been blessed with life and the chance to learn from every step. I come to you now like a distant warning bell that rings softly in the night, growing louder with every heartbeat. I wish to awaken you to the truths that are hidden in the shadows. I urge you not to dismiss these words again, for this message carries both love and caution. It calls you to remember the path that leads to safety and to be mindful of the snares along the way. In the past, there have been moments when you heard my voice whisper gently to your heart, yet perhaps you were too preoccupied to truly listen. Life can be filled with many distractions. There are the demands of daily tasks, the temptations of worldly pleasures, and the lure of excitement that can cloud your judgment. Sometimes it is easier to ignore the signals that I send, choosing instead to drift along in a blissful oblivion. But remember that ignorance, however comforting in the moment, can have painful consequences later. When you do not heed the call, you leave yourself vulnerable to the dangers that hide in the shadows. These dangers do not always arrive with a thunderous roar. Often, they creep in quietly, waiting for the perfect instant to strike when you are least prepared. I speak now as a loving parent who watches over you with care. There is a sense of deep longing in my heart to protect you from the perils that lie ahead. It brings me sorrow to see you walk toward a path that is filled with hidden traps and uncertainty. Perhaps you have ventured down this road without fully realizing the risks, or perhaps you have felt too tempted by its promises of quick thrills. Whatever has led you here, my child, know that my love for you remains steadfast. Even when you do not understand my reasons or question why the path of wisdom can feel narrow and challenging, I hold you dearly. I wish only for you to choose life, hope, and the secure path that will shield you from harm. The darkness that lies ahead is not always easy to see. It wears many disguises and can appear like a friend, a fun adventure, or an exciting opportunity. Yet beneath these disguises can lurk unseen storms. There may be flashes of lightning you do not expect, and there may be pitfalls you cannot detect with your own eyes. I see beyond the horizon of your present moment. I see what waits around the corner, and it troubles me. My desire is to warn you because I know how fragile life can be and how easily we can tumble into sorrow when we allow ourselves to be guided by temptation. This warning is not meant to frighten you without reason. It is meant to stir your heart toward wisdom and love. Do not be fooled by the thrill of reckless choices. Do not be lured by the sweet but deceptive call of temptation. These forces resemble sirens that sing beautiful songs to draw travelers toward treacherous rocks. By the time the traveler realizes what has happened, it is too late to avoid disaster. Understand that the fleeting pleasures of risky actions may seem harmless or even exhilarating now, but their consequences can be severe and enduring. You deserve far better than to throw away your future for a moment of excitement. You are precious in my sight, and there is so much awaiting you that is good, pure, and life-giving if you remain on the path of wisdom. Command 1010 if you believe this. Do like this video and subscribe to our channel, for in this simple action, you show that your heart is open to receiving this message. I know it might seem like a small gesture, but sometimes small acts reflect a willingness to accept the divine guidance that is offered to you. God is saying to you today, my child, do not let ignorance be your downfall. You have been given this precious, last chance to stay clear of harm's way. You have been shown a warning sign in front of the traps that lie ahead, and now it is your choice to either heed it or ignore it. Life is a series of decisions, and each decision can have a lasting impact on your journey. At this crossroads, the difference between listening and ignoring can mean the difference between safety and regret. You might wonder how to know if you are making the right choice. Listen to the quiet nudges in your spirit, for they are like a gentle compass pointing you away from danger. Reflect on your life and recall the times when you felt a tug on your heart, when you sensed there was something more significant at play in your decisions. Sometimes, That feeling is your soul's way of reaching out to truth. Other times, it is a whisper from me, urging you to reconsider and choose a safer path. You do not have to walk blindly into uncertain darkness. You can pause, you can pray, you can step back from the noise of the world and allow the still, small voice of guidance to lead you. Seek me with humility, and you will discover that my warnings are not chains to bind you, but gifts to free you from the consequences of error. Grasp at 111 to claim it. God is saying to you today, this is not a message of condemnation. It is a message of hope, delivered with a sense of urgency and love. I am not here to punish you or to point a finger of blame. I am here to illuminate the path before you and to remind you of your worth. You are more valuable than the fleeting pleasures that would risk your future. You are precious in my sight, and I want you to see yourself through the same loving perspective. When you see your own life as worthy of protection and care, you will understand why it is vital to heed my warnings. Listen carefully, dear child, to these words that come like a beacon of hope in the darkness. Think of them as a guiding light placed before your feet, shining on the road so you do not stumble. There is no shame in needing guidance, for the greatest souls have always known when to seek wisdom and direction beyond themselves. By choosing to follow this divine message, you align yourself with a protection that extends beyond human limitation. It is better to be cautious now than to find yourself in a hopeless situation later. My plea is simple. Let this warning stir your heart. Let it remind you that you were created for a greater purpose than simply falling into every trap that lies in your path. There may be voices around you that scoff or mock such caution. Some may say that true freedom comes from indulging in every opportunity, no matter the risk. But true freedom is found in living with clarity, knowing that you are not bound by the aftermath of foolish decisions. You were meant to soar, not to be weighed down by the chains of regret. By listening to this message, you choose to walk in wisdom. You decide to protect your future, your soul, and your relationships from the harm that reckless choices can bring. You step forward in faith, trusting that divine guidance will never lead you astray. It only seeks to shield you from the heartbreak that arises when you ignore the signs of danger. Type Amen to claim it today and step into a world of limitless possibilities. Do like this video and subscribe to our channel, for these simple acts of acknowledgement reflect a readiness to embrace the miracle of grace. When you open your heart to even the smallest sign of agreement, it can spark a profound transformation within you. It is a sign that your soul is receptive and that you stand willing to learn from higher counsel. This openness can pave the way for blessings you never expected, for truths you never fully understood, and for peace that surpasses your every worry. May the words of this message settle softly in your spirit. May they echo in your thoughts as you lie down to rest at night. And may they greet you with renewed clarity each morning. Remember, you are not alone, even when life's challenges seem daunting. The divine presence watches over you, ready to guide you if you only choose to listen. There are angels assigned to your life, silently cheering for you to make the right choices. They stand guard, hoping that you will embrace the fullness of love and safety that is being extended to you. When you honor their guidance, you allow them to carry out their protective duties with joy. It is natural, as a human being, to experience temptations or to feel drawn to ways that seem exciting. But consider whether those fleeting thrills are worth risking the well-being of your spirit. The consequences of reckless actions can last long after the thrill has faded. A moment of poor judgment can leave scars on your heart and can cause damage to your relationships and dreams. If you reflect on the lessons of the past, you will realize that there have been times when you ignored gentle warnings and paid a high price for it later. This time, do not let another opportunity for change pass you by. Embrace the chance to learn from what has been and to chart a better course for your future. Like this video and affirm, may the wind of compassion guide me through the storm of uncertainty and shield me from the unseen lightning of danger. Let this be your prayer and your confession, a turning point that shows your willingness to trust a plan that extends beyond your understanding. When you affirm this, You express that you believe in a protective force that can calm the storms around you. You invite the breath of divine wisdom to blow through your life, clearing away confusion and leaving in its place a steady peace. If you are in doubt or fear, know that my words come to wrap you in a warm light. There is nothing to be gained by standing on the brink of danger, uncertain and unprepared. When you listen to a mother's warning, when you heed a father's advice, you stand on the shoulders of those who have seen more than you can see at present. I have witnessed the patterns and pitfalls that can easily ensnare even the strongest person. This is why I speak now with such urgency and concern. I want you to avoid the invisible traps that have caught many before you. You were not born to repeat errors, you were born to rise above them. Each day is a gift, and with each sunrise comes a new chance to walk in wisdom. This might be your last chance to hear this warning before something changes in your circumstances. I encourage you to seize it. Take hold of the moment, reflect on the decisions you have been making, and determine whether they are leading you toward life or away from it. Perhaps you have felt a growing unease in your spirit lately, a subtle awareness that something in your path is not right. That stirring within you is not without cause. It is a beacon, placed by love, to catch your attention before you go too far. If you open your heart now, you will find that turning away from harm is not a burden, but a blessing. It is a chance to stand tall and say no to the forces that would gladly see you stumble. It is an invitation to come closer to the protection of a loving Creator who wants nothing more than to see you flourish. You are meant to live with joy and purpose, not in the chaos that arises when you ignore warnings. Accept this final call, and you will discover a peace that fills you with renewed hope. You will see that every act of obedience to divine instruction lights the road ahead, ensuring that you do not have to grope in darkness. There will always be storms in life, times of challenge, and seasons when you feel tested. But when you have listened to wise counsel, you build your house upon a rock. The storm may blow, the wind may rage, and the rain may pour, yet your foundation will hold firm. On the other hand, if you dismiss these warnings, you risk building on sand. Then, when the storms come, the collapse is sudden and devastating. It is far better to take the word of caution to heart than to lament its absence afterward. I do not desire to see you in anguish, trying to rebuild after avoidable destruction. I prefer to see you stand strong, confident in the knowledge that you took the right step at the right moment. Command 1010 if you believe these words resonate with your heart. Do like this video and subscribe to our channel, for it matters that you respond in faith and humility. Symbolic gestures reflect a deeper acceptance in your heart. And when you align your actions with truth, you open yourself to blessings that flow from a merciful source. You release old fears, old doubts, and old regrets, making space for the divine spirit of wisdom to fill you and guide you. My beloved child, this is your last chance to embrace a path of safety and light. You have heard the warning, you have felt the tug on your heart, and you now hold the power to choose. I pray you will make the decision that leads to life. Let these words echo within you. You are loved, you are guided, and you are offered a new beginning. The voice of caution is not here to bind you, but to protect you. Accept it and find peace in the knowledge that you are sheltered under the wings of a loving Creator. May your steps be steady, and may your eyes be open to the beauty that unfolds when you walk hand in hand with wisdom. Type Amen to claim it today. Step forward in faith and do not look back. Lay aside hesitation and take hold of the promise that, when you heed my words, you walk under a canopy of love and protection. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the warmth of divine light shining down on you, showing you the way and banishing the shadows of doubt. Let it fill your soul with calm assurance. Know that I, your Creator, am watching over you. I see your struggles and your hopes, and I care deeply for you. I want you to walk free from danger. I want you to experience the fullness of joy that comes from aligning your heart with truth. This is my prayer for you, that you will heed this last chance, answer the call, and find safety beneath the shelter of my abiding love. May the wind of compassion guide you through the storm of uncertainty and shield you from the unseen lightning of danger. Embrace this blessing and let it carry you in times of trouble. Whenever fear tries to cloud your mind, remember that you have been given the opportunity to avoid harm. Whenever temptation tries to steer you astray, recall that you have already received a loving alert to stay on the right path. You stand now on the threshold of a new chapter. Choose life. Choose wisdom. Choose to be led by a voice that only seeks your well-being. In so doing, you will discover that even in the midst of trials, you can stand firm and secure, knowing that you have heeded the divine message meant to safeguard your future.